So yeah, it's spring as we all know. They aren't going to be all spring like focused and stuff. So I've kind of gone for, like the title suggests, like sensual springtime scents. Yeah, whatever. But it is that kind of time of the year for rebirth and all that jazz, which is why we have, what is it, Earthstra, the real name, but Easter. Just it's a kind of fable myth made up all around a kind of ancient kind of pagan-y things of things being reborn and stuff. Obviously all the flowers and the plants start to come through and it's nice and green, and it's also when animals get a bit frisky. It's their time of the year to do what they need to do and such like. It is what it is, isn't it? So these are kind of them more kind of softer, sensual kind of fragrances, just because that's what this time of the year is all about, isn't it? It's why bunnies are kind of symbolic, I suppose, because yeah, we know why they're famous. So anyway, we'll get cracking on. So we'll get the most obvious one out of the way first. That is Rolling in Love from Kilian. As we all know, this is one of my favourite fragrances ever. It is it's soft, tender, musky skin, clean-ish. The Ambre has a sprinkle of something a little animalic. It's like the taste of skin. So it's both sides of it. It's like the name does suggest it. You get all them kind of that rush of blood, them kind of feelings in there. It does make you tingle a little bit, but it's also got this kind of about it. The muskiness really is powerful. Again, it's nothing dirty or anything. You don't need to worry about that. There's nothing overly animalic. But the Ambre, well, we know what Ambre does. And there's also other musks in there. So it's also got like a beautiful tuberose in there. There's almond milk and stuff. And again, I think the coolness of the almond milk gives that kind of skinny kind of feel, if you like. It's really, really beautiful and really kind of want to attract people or whatever, if you like. We don't talk about stuff like that, but it is one you'd smell on someone and you'd really want to smell their neck and stuff. And like I say, it does make you think of kissing soft skin and such like. So couldn't really be a better one for this kind of thing. That's Kilian's Rolling in Love. Next is a very famous one from Chanel, and that's Misia. Yeah, don't need to go to too much detail with what Misia is. It's kind of got that kind of 1920s, 30s, 40s kind of powder room kind of feel about it, which kind of takes your mind to a sort of boudoir, doesn't it? You think of like early kind of 20th century boudoirs and makeup and that kind of vibe, all like the lace curtains, reds and blacks and purples. It's quite beautiful. We know what this one is. Like I say, it's predominantly violet iris and rose, with a nice kind of smooth, beautiful, easygoing leather through it, which just adds to that sensuality. The violet, I think, is kind of the powdery sweetness. The iris again is that kind of gives it that texture in there, and the rose again, just another element of powdery sweetness, which, like I say, does make you think of kind of old makeups and lipsticks and that. And obviously that taste of lipstick you get on your lips, that kind of waxy sweetness of whatever it is. It's a very, very sensual one, and I suppose I've never really thought of this. Obviously girls could kiss girls, but can you taste the lipstick on your lips? Obviously as a bloke I can taste, so I don't know. I mean, put that in the comments. I've never really said that before, but I've never really thought of that. But yeah, you get that kind of irisy waxiness. The violet kind of is really sensual. The way the powderiness is done, it kind of goes up and tickles your nose and that. It's just a very, very beautiful perfume, and it's one I suppose people speak about and rave about for a reason. It's one of the best of its types. Anyway, so yeah, that's Misia from Chanel. Next is from Olfactive, which is a great British indie brand, and they've had some really good releases. They're kind of nice, easy indie, but they've always got like a very unique touch on them and that, and they're all based around personalities and such like. Anyway, Floral Smoke. Now, Floral Smoke is a really interesting one, and it is kind of really sensual. Now, before I get into the florals, there is like I think it's pepper, black pepper, which gives it like a nose tickliness. Now, the black pepper's not too much, because I can really struggle with pepper in fragrances, but it's not so much like that. And the main florals in it are the tuberose and narcissus. Now, the tuberose probably mixes, there is orange blossom or something I think, but it probably mixes with that kind of richness, which provides a kind of a beautiful sweeter base in there, the kind of richness of the florals. And then there's narcissus, which we all know narcissus, this kind of, to me, yellowy green freshness. It's not particularly over sweet or anything like that. What I also get in this, it might be the way the pepper mixes with the florals or whatever, but it very much reminds me of carnation. It's got that kind of, you know, that spicy floral kind of feel to it, which is really, really nice. And the way it mixes with them florals. Like I say, the narcissus probably stands out as the one you can smell the most, but then the other florals give it this kind of body and that. And as the name might suggest, there is a nice smokiness going through it. Again, that might be what leads me down that kind of carnation route as well. Also, it's got a really kind of rich, sweet, smooth, resinous base. Is it myrrh? Possibly, or popinot? No, I think it's myrrh. Kind of sweeter, kind of smooth, little tiny hint of anisey kind of feel through it, and it just all comes together, and it's this beautiful, really unique, different floral. To me, because of the carnation, it kind of takes you back a little bit, but with all them modern elements in it, it's really nice. Really want to sniff this on someone. Next is a very famous one that we all love and we've all heard of, and of course that is Musc Ravageur from Frederic Malle. A fantastic fragrance, isn't it, really? And this is super sensual. I mean, I don't know why I always need to say this, but I have a more modern version, so some of that kind of beautiful, funky, almost animalic thing is very toned down in it, but it's still good, and it's kind of a, how would you describe it? I think I've heard people call it like a musky, naughty, sensual custard. It's got the vanilla and it's got cloves, which is the thing that gives it that edge, and obviously a lot of musk in it, and it's kind of a more woody style vanilla, a little bit darker, but it's somehow really smooth still. And like I say, the cloves and the other spices in it are what give it that beautiful edge. And when this is another one that you'd really, if you walk past someone wearing it, you'd be like, oh, what is that? And it does have, again, like I say, the kind of funky dirtiness or whatever is toned down in mine, but you kind of get that. It does kind of make you blink back to the 80s. It's that style, but the modernity in it is obviously the vanilla really smooths it all out. It's quite a wonderful fragrance, and again, it's why it's so big and famous. It's not an overly complicated fragrance, I'd say. Like I say, kind of naughty custard doesn't sound all that appealing, but it is. If you smell this on someone, you're going to want to nibble them and kind of get close to them and that. So that's Musc Ravageur from Frederic Malle. Next is a very naughty one. It's Amore from One Way Bridge. This is one I've spoken about a lot. Maybe more pushing a kind of summertime one, this. But it's grape, which is really unusual in perfumery. And grape, I believe it's what Americans use like in drinks and flavourings and stuff to kind of represent their idea of purple. Margot did a video about this. If I remember, I'll try and link it because it's really fascinating that we perceive different colours differently. But yeah, anyway, us kind of more Eurocentric people. Blackcurrants are purple smell. But that's by the by. It's predominantly about grapes, which, like I say, is an unusual note in perfumery, but it's really, really lovely. And it's supposed to represent like being at a vineyard or whatever, and people are making the wines, stepping on the grapes. So mixed in with the grapes is a really, really dirty musk. I mean, it's proper sweat, but it's not like dirty sweat, if you like. It's not like builder's sweat. Nothing against builders, you work very hard, but it's more of a kind of, I don't want to use these words, it's more of a love-making sweat. It's kind of got that, we all know what I mean without me going into too much detail. We've all mingled with others, and there's a certain type of, it smells different, doesn't it, is my point. And that kind of mixes in, and it sometimes the sweat, if you wear this in the heat, it's too much even for me, but on a cooler day it works magically. So yeah, basically that's it. It's kind of grapes with this kind of winey feel. There will be florals and some New Zealand notes in there, but that's mixing with this kind of funky musk, which does ease off as it goes through it more into the dry down. It's just like it's not civet, but it's kind of got that furry kind of bum castoreum as well, a little bit of that, little bit of naughtiness, but you know how they're used in modern perfume. It's quite tame by the time you get to the end. But if you want to try something a bit dirty and a bit kind of naughty, that's beautifully put together, and like I say, so unique with a grape, it's definitely one of them. So that's Amore from Weybridge. This is from Guerlain and it's Bleue. The EDT is the version I've got, and again this is another very sensual one. It's predominantly, like, to me it's like a wet powdery one, like I don't know how to describe it without it sounding wrong, but it's nice. It's powdery, it's a big powder bomb, but the florals feel like very, what's the word, soft and juicy and kind of moist. So it's like a moist powdery one. There's obviously a bit of citrus going through it. This is Guerlain, you know what you're getting with a Guerlain, but it's not quite Guerlainade. It's not quite what you're expecting it, obviously, because it's a very, very old fragrance. And in there's a little touch of spice. There's some absolutely beautiful musks. And again, what makes this stand out from your violet, iris, rosy ones, apart from them being very kind of fresh and light, like I say, almost moist, is there's carnation in this, which adds this little bit of spice. And it smells, like we were just talking about with the last one, it smells very purple. Almost a little bit, I think I've described another one like this. It almost reminds me of a drink I had as a kid. I don't know what it was, but clearly was quite violety. And it's just lovely, and then as it goes through it becomes more powdery, more sensual. It's just a really, really gorgeous fragrance. And I know people be going, hey, it's really dated. It isn't. It's just because they don't make fragrances like this anymore that it smells dated. It doesn't make it smell old-fashioned. I wouldn't have smelt my grandma wear this or whatever, to be fair, and it's really good. And again, it's got that kind of comforting, nose tickling, kind of want to get closer and snuggle up. And you know, again, I suppose the moist, petally powderiness makes me think of you know, again, naked flesh, which I've brought up several times in this, and the Musc, it's all just lovely. So that's Le Bleue from Guerlain, the EDT. Next is, maybe it's a me thing, this one, why I find it so sensual and so, I don't know, it's just really lovely. Now the way I describe it is going to confuse people, I think, but it's Amouage Myths, which is #1 on my wish list, and I cannot for the life of me find a bloody bottle of it. That's sensibly priced, let's put it that way. Some on eBay for like 600 quid. Go away. Before it was discontinued, oh god, it was in it. Why didn't I get it? We've all done that. Anyway, the point is, Myths, what is it? It's chrysanthemum, I think it's narcissus. I don't know if it has lilies in it, but it definitely smells, I'll get into it, smells of lilies to me. It's kind of greeny yellow florals. There's quite a beautiful muskiness about it. There's a lovely resinous warmth in the base. But what it actually smells of, the dog's got something stuck on his back. Charlie! Yeah, what it smells of to me is flowers dying in a vase. Particularly lilies. And maybe, you know, some narcissus flowers in there. It's how I'd have them in my house. I like to dry my flowers out when they're kind of done with them. And the smell of the water is really unique. It's kind of green, watery. It's not rotten. I wouldn't, this one isn't particularly indolic or anything like that. It does have that kind of something about it. I suppose it's quite gothic, isn't it, or whatever you want to call it. So maybe it's a bit of that. Maybe it's just something that really does it for me. But these kind of decaying flowers I find really sexy and really nice. Does that make me a weirdo? Probably. Well, I think we all know that anyway. But it is really sensual. And it keeps going that way until you get into the dry down, and you kind of have this soft, resinous kind of floral feel. Nothing in particular stands out by the time you've got there. I think there might be incense or something. It's something again that just tickles your nose in that kind of nice way. So yeah, maybe a very personal sensual one, but Myths from Amouage. Next is another great indie brand, and it's Forbidden Bloom from Mabelle Rama. Mabel's kind of very new, a couple of years, maybe 3 years now. The years just tick by so quickly, don't they? And this one it's just absolutely magnificent. It's kind of, can I get the sun off there? It's, how would you describe it? It's like a tropical one, but not like your traditional, you haven't smelt it before, if you get what I mean. It's not like generic or anything like that. It's basically, it starts with like a peachy pear in the beginning, and the pear's like a candied pear, you know, like a pear drop, mixing with that peachiness, which is just so mouth-wateringly. And then again, it's got florals in it. I think it's got frangipani or tiari. I think it's frangipani with this. You know, that kind of tropical floral feel. And then I think it's tuberose in it as well. So it's this beautifully floral tropical one. But again, what makes this stand out, there's something, whatever musk Mabel's used in there, something a bit naughty about it. It's a bit cheeky. Maybe it's the way it kind of mixes with the fruitiness. You kind of get that frolic on the beach kind of feel about it. And it warms up actually as you get more to the base. The kind of colours of the fruits get darker and like a sunset kind of thing. It's just lovely. I think there's some sort of patchouli maybe in the base as well. It's got a little bit of graininess mixing in it. It's just very lovely. So that's Mabelle Rama's Forbidden Bloom. Next is from Dior, and it's one that's always going to be in this. Is Ombre Nuit. This again is another big famous one for a reason. it's most people's favourites. It kind of is sometimes of these posh Diors for me, sometimes. It is really simple to describe this one. It's musky rose. Back in the old days, I think it was ambergris, giving it that kind of musky feel. Whether I don't doubt it's ambergris nowadays. Something that does a similar job. Could it be ambroxan, something like that? I don't know. It's just lovely musk anyway, with this kind of powdery, almost fizzy rose. And there's something like I don't know what sort of rose in it is, but it's got a kind of slight. It's something you'd imagine someone from the Middle East wearing. That's if they weren't being murdered and bombed by genocidal maniacs. But it would be this kind of. It's got a darkness with the sweetness, and it's not quite smoky, but I don't know. It doesn't smell like an English garden rose anyway. It's got this richness and this loveliness to it. And again, mixing with the musks just makes it absolutely fantastic. I don't need to go into loads of depth of this. It's just a very classy one. You could see someone like really dressed up, looking dapper and sharp and exuding confidence. And yeah, so especially, I mean, I don't think this, but some blokes have issues with florals and that, so I suppose they'd be confident if they like, if they overthink about it, but it's just lovely, and it is very, very sensual, powdery, musky, beautiful rose. So that's Ambre Nuit. And then finally, again, it's a very personal list, this, because again, I don't know if other people find it quite as lovely and sensual as me, but Lily. And the best Lily one out there for me is Baiser from Cartier, or however you say it, Volet, which is, it's sort of a soliflor. It is all based around Lily. There's a lot of stuff in there, I suppose, to emphasize the smell of it, but it's got that spicy, beautiful petally floral feel of a lily. And there's a bit of a kind of greenness and earthiness. So yeah, where was I? It's just basically lily. There's not much more to say about it. But with it having all the elements of it, you know, the kind, like you say, the indolic elements, the greenness, the kind of spiciness, the floral touch of sweetness and stuff, it's a really delightful one. I'm sure that's really short, but it doesn't matter, does it? I'm saying what it is. It's a very sensual, lovely lily. That's Baiser Volet from Cartier. So yeah, it was just a quick little video again. Not going too far with stuff at the moment. There'll be more creative ones at some point. But what about you? Do you kind of have more sensual fragrances that you wear? Especially around this time of year, because again, it's different with which part of the year, isn't it? What kind of smells or some people really love that kind of clean freshness, don't they? As you can see from me, I'm kind of a very flusky, floral, musky kind of person. But the musks are a bit different this time of year. What you enjoy, I find. I'm just waffling on and talking nonsense, aren't I? So yeah, what do you enjoy this time of year? What's more kind of on the sensual side? Even kind of more bedtimey scents, I think we go for more now, don't we? Like a light sprinkle. We're moving away from the vanillas, even though Musc Ravageur was in there. We're moving to the kind of fruits and citrus and florals, I think, anyway. Alright folks, thanks for watching this dribble. Bye.